Hi everyone, my name is Nicola. I am simply a stitcher. Welcome or welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, it's great to have you, and if you are returning, thank you for coming and spending some more time with me today. So today I'm going to do a stitch with me, and I have this piece out. This is Tower Bridge, and it's by Sophie Kilpatrick, and it's charted and kitted by Geckorouge. So just going to adjust my magnifier, so otherwise it'll be sticking out in front of you. This is stitched 1/1 full cross on some 25 count fabric, and I have literally put in about half a dozen stitches. Put in 14 so far. So we're going to have a stitchy time. I'm going to fill in hopefully some of the left side of this, some of the right side of this tower, and I'm going to be parking a few threads so that I can then do the background on this side. So we're going to have, oh crikey, so I'm still trying to get my magnifier right. We're going to have about 1.5 hours of stitch time, and I'm going to go through some of your fantastic comments. So those of you that have submitted a comment, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. There are a lot, and I can't tell you how grateful I am. We're slowly building things, so we just have to keep on going, and your support means the absolute world. Number 16, that's what I want. So yeah, so as I film this, it's Wednesday morning. It's a gloomy morning. Considering it's July, it's very gloomy out and quite dark. But yeah, I had a day in the office yesterday, so I feel pretty wiped out today. I'm not going to lie. I can't seem to thread this needle. So yeah, I came home last night from the office. I had to call to a couple of supermarkets as well. I came home and I sat with my stitching, and it was, I could just feel the stress of the day going, and you know, stitching is so important for me for making things better. And Andy says I look weird without stitching in my hands, don't you, dear?
Yes.
So yeah, as I said, I have got some comments that I want to go through. So I'm going to get started on those. But just before I do, here's your reminder. If you're watching this video, you like what you see and you're not subscribed to the channel, please do hit that subscribe button. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up, and also make a comment, even if it's just some emojis, which I often get. You know, comments help with visibility of my channel on YouTube. Likes, thumbs ups help with the algorithm as well, so there are lots of things that help. I also just want to let you guys know that this channel is a monetized channel, so you will see adverts in the video. If they are not too annoying or too long, please, you know, let, if not all, at least some of the adverts play. They help me as a creator. You'll also find in the description box below some links and details of everything that I'm working on. So you'll find the details of all the patterns, where they're from, if they're still available, etc, etc. And what count method that I'm using. So for this one it says London, Tower Bridge, Sophie Kilpatrick, stitched on some 25 count, easy count 1/1 full cross, and you'll find that for every individual project that I'm doing. You'll also down there find some other links. There is my Facebook group, which is of course again free to join. Like subscribing on YouTube is free. Facebook group as well. On the Facebook group, on a live stream day, I post a thread inviting you to share your work in progress as well, so we can all celebrate our achievements. And there's also a monthly stitch along in that group too. We've had Christmas in July, we've had Stitch Mania, we've had a June Bug, which was a nature theme, and then this month's theme for August is pleasure or pain. So have you got a whip that is really frustrating, or one that is you can't put down? So work on that a little bit a day if you can. You set how much you want to work on it, and let's see how much progress you're getting over the month. Just as an indicator, if you put in 100 stitches a day over a 30-day month, that's 3,000 stitches. So if you've got a piece that you would dearly love to see 3,000 stitches on, just for that small commitment of 100 stitches a day, that could be the sell for you. And pleasure, obviously we all have pieces that we love that are our favourite ones to stitch. I am no exception to that. And we all have the ones where they are a bit of a pain for one reason or another. You might not like the fabric anymore, you might struggle with the floss, it might be a paper chart, there might be a lot of confetti, you might be on a deadline and don't like the fact that you're on a deadline. So there's lots of reasons for a piece to become a pain. It may just be one that's been stuck in your cupboard for a long time and you just haven't had the impetus to get it out and work on it. So yeah, pleasure and pain stitch along could be for you. And of course for pleasure pieces, we all have that one piece that we just want to work on. For me, it's every time I pick up a piece out of this rotation, I want to carry on working on it. Case in point, earlier this week I was working on my Lord of the Rings stained glass. I got in my rotation stitches and I struggled to put it down. I really just, and all I'm doing on that is the black, but I just wanted to carry on working on it. I did put it down in the end, but didn't want to. Okay, so as I said, I've got a lot of comments, so I'm going to get started on those. Just find where I am for this. I'm just working in a bit of confetti at the moment. So okay. So the first comment is from Jane22, and she says, I'm missing the Sunday live stream, the chat and the laughter. However, I'm glad my dance lessons are back on. Mind you, there will be some breaks when there will be no dancing, and I will join you. Then there are the Stitch With Me's. I'll catch up with the live stream while I stitch. Glad to see you again. And she says as well, well done with envy. I enjoy seeing this stitch. Well done on Ice Dragon as well. Sorry to hear you have some stress at the moment. Hope it sorts out soon for the good. Yep, well, there have been some stressors, but yeah, all being well, we're going to get things sorted out for the good. We've had a very up and down past week. These comments are a couple of weeks old, but we have had a very up and down past week. But in that up and down, we appear to have had some progress. So all being well, touch wood, a couple of, well, certainly one big stressor will be off my mind fairly soon. I'm just going to send off a couple of emails, clarify a few details, And then, yeah, fingers crossed, everything will be just fine and dandy. Although it is going to be expensive. So watch those adverts. Just move my needle minder because I need to put those threads behind it. So yeah. Okay. So thank you, Jane. And Peggy Carson's comments as well. So these are on Flosstube 29. Peggy Carson's comments as well, and says, thank you for taking your time during your lunch hour to keep us up to date on your stitching. It's the only time, really, realistically, that I can do it. Mondays are my busiest day. I film my Flosstube on a Monday, so it's ready to go out on a Tuesday, because if for any reason Andy's not able or not around on a Tuesday to edit it, you know, which has happened in the past, you know, I would struggle for it to be ready in time. So, and as well as that, I like to do it on a Monday because, and release it on a Tuesday, because on a Monday it's the start of a brand new week. So what happens on a Monday is I get up in the morning and I film my Stitch With Me that goes out on a Thursday. So the ASMR or the alternative, whichever one it is, that is filmed on a Monday morning. Then I start work at 9 o'clock. Oh, that was terrible. Then I start work at 9, and then on my lunch break, on my morning break, my morning coffee, I have a 10-minute break, and at that point if I haven't done it the Sunday night, which sometimes I do, sometimes I don't, I write up my notes for my Flosstube. I write down the pieces I've worked on, the percentage from and to, and how many stitches I've done. And by the time then my lunch comes around, all I need to do is just grab the projects which I've already got set in on one side, and then start filming. It takes me at least 20 minutes to film a Flosstube. I think my minimum time I've been about 20 minutes. It can take me 40 minutes, but I get an hour lunch break, so I have to do it within that window. If I myself have been busy on a Monday, then I have, I jumped a stitch there. No, I haven't. Then I filmed it on a Sunday night. But generally speaking, I film my Flosstube during my lunch break, and you know, and I very often say on it, I'm going because I need to get lunch. And thank you, Peggy, for acknowledging that. She also says it's always fun to see what you've accomplished during the week. Yeah, I seem to be an average of about 10,000 stitches a week at the moment, which is good. I'm definitely on track for my 500k. I am slightly ahead for this year. I'm about 3 days ahead. You know, just adding, I need to achieve 1,369 stitches a day on average to get to my 500k. And at the moment I'm on about 1,400 plus a couple of stitches per day. I think about 1,402 stitches a day or something daft like that. So when an inevitable no stitch day turns up, then I've got some in the bank. If we don't get a no stitch day turn up, happy days. I will achieve and break that target. So yeah, I'm running about 10,000 stitches a week at the moment on average. My weekend I get plenty done. Midweek I have days where I get a lot done, days where I don't. It depends on the project. If it's like this one with a lot of confetti, I'm not going to get as much done, but when I get into the non-confetti part, I'll sail away and I'll get lots done. And then Sharon Fennell says, fabulous stitching, Ice Dragon looks great. I'm with you on stitching light colours. I would prefer a dark colour any day. Yep, my eyes say dark colours now. But yeah, I can still stitch the light ones. It's just making sure I have a magnifier. Definitely need a magnifier when I'm doing a big patch of light colours. With the Christmas cat and the snowflakes, they're all in like 5 or 6 or even more shades of blue, a couple of greens and a white. I definitely need to stitch that with my magnifier. Plus, as well as that, when you stitch in a dark colour, I think you can see better what you've done. I mean, on this week's Flosstube, I was showing Magpie, and yeah, I'd stitched a few dark colours, but I stitched quite a lot of light ones as well, but it's hard to see where those stitches have gone in. Okay, Celia says, always nice to see your progress. Love seeing Envy. Yeah, Envy is very much a favourite. She's a channel favourite. The bottom is becoming visible, so hopefully not too many more sessions on Envy and I'll reach the bottom. It's building up very nicely. Of course, it does help with lots of block stitching. Block stitching always helps. Kelly's Quilts Plus says, nice to see you again, Nicola. Christmas cat is looking cute. You will be done with it pretty quickly, I think. The dragon is very cool. I haven't stitched much in the past week. I'm making a table runner for a friend for Halloween. The method I'm using is new to me, so I'm figuring it out as I go. Great stuff, Kelly. Thank you very much. You'd be interested to see that runner. Oh, look at that. Stitch has completely come out. It'd be interesting to see that runner. And thank you for mentioning me on your recent Flosstube. And it's nice to see you out and sat in the garden. Looks like you had some pretty decent weather. It's always fun to see your updates. Winter Queen is also looking really beautiful. Come on. There we go. Patricia Pillin says, you do a wonderful job on your whips and your videos. Thank you so much for your time and effort. No worries at all, Patricia. I love doing them. It's like YouTube has become a habit now. Next week I'm not going to be doing my Wednesday live stream. It'll feel very weird. Yeah, because YouTube has become a habit. To get the camera out and do a few videos a week. It's going to feel a bit strange. But I shall still be doing everything else. Keeping going with my stitching. And even taking some with me. Andy and I had a brief conversation yesterday. And I was telling him about my plans for Friday, 5 p.m. when I finish work. And I said at Friday I will do this. And on Saturday I will do that. And on Sunday I will do this. And on Monday I will do this. And on on Tuesday I'll do that. And he said, when are you packing for your trip? I said, I'll do that on Wednesday morning. It'll take me 2 minutes. And I said, now come on, Andy, you know it's going to take me the longest to get organised. And he went, yeah, you're stitching. So Andy knows I'll be taking the stitching with me. Christmas cat's going to go for a little travel. Okay. Not doing too bad there actually. Got my first 50 stitches in today. A few swaps though on this confetti. Sarah Hill, hi Nicola, I'm loving your envy piece. I've ordered my first Geckorouge kit. It is a Halloween pumpkin. Nice. I have got a parcel on its way, which means if you've not seen it already, maybe to replace next week's Wednesday stream, there will be an unboxing to share. I love getting a Geckorouge kit. It feels like a little bit of luxury, a little bit of a treat. And my Gold Club voucher has been used wisely, and I have 2 kits on their way. Had to add a small amount to it, but I'm not concerned about that. It was from money that I already ring fenced anyway, so yeah. Oh, I hear a Maggie checking outside. Andy, will you check on Hannah, please? 7:15. I'm not sure she's up for work. And she'll know I'm recording, so she's got to come down and trump. Andrea Verachert, I think. I'm so sorry if I butchered that, Andrea. Say so many stitches in 1 week. Yep, did quite a lot that week. Some weeks I can do an awful lot of stitches, and then other weeks I get it. I do more than the average Joe, but then again, as I said before, I'm really lucky. I get a lot of stitch time. This section's filling in quite quickly, actually. Is she okay?
Yeah.
Right, alright.
Hey? What?
Is her eye alright?
I don't know, I didn't ask.
Alright. Hannah got headbutted by a dog. Okay. 48. Andrea comments as well to say she made 1,700 stitches in a week on my giraffes from Letty Stitch. In about a week, a paper pattern for me, that's okay. I go slowly, but that's okay for me. Yeah, absolutely. Some people stitch at the speed of light. Some people stitch slowly. You do you. Because I'm a two-handed stitcher and I get a lot of time, I get a lot of stitches. And pattern keeper, of course, as well. Although I do have the odd paper pattern here and there, just to kind of keeps me grounded, really. It reminds me that technology is great, but paper was there before pattern keeper. There are still a few full coverage stitches out there that work off paper, the highlighter. When I started my Realm of Middle Earth map, I was doing it on paper. That was not easy. I always missed a stitch. Always. There's so many fudges in the first few pages. Sharon Edwards, I've been watching you for a couple of months and I'm really enjoying your content. Thank you, Sharon. That's good to hear. And do join in, get stuck in. If you're not in the group, join that. There's such a friendly bunch in there, and we're all a terrible bunch of enablers. So, yeah. The live streams as well are such fun. But yeah, I'm glad you're enjoying the content. I try and have a nice variety of stitchy projects and stitchy methods, and some big, some small, some middle starts, some left starts, some colour completing, some cross country, some parked. Try and keeping things interesting, not only for you guys but for me too. I don't think I'd want to stitch every piece in the same way. And then our lovely Laura, excuse me, says, Laura Silby, love the update. Wow on the stitches. I missed the lives, but unfortunately, my new job hasn't translated into being able to join. Keep up the stitching. You're on track for 500k. I am indeed. Thank you, Laura. And yeah, I'm missing you on the lives. It's unfortunate that, that work has meant that it clashes, but you never know, holiday time and things. We'll hopefully see you in there, subject to time zones, of course, with you being in the southern hemisphere. But I hope you're keeping well and looking after yourself. Oh, here she comes. Good morning, Hannah.
Morning.
How's your eye?
Sore. It's not
Have a look.
there, but it's very
No,
sore.
Nothing to see. It will
Very
be sore, but there's nothing to see. That's good. Yeah, Hannah got head-butted by a dog yesterday, an enthusiastic dog. Leeway 5 says, another great episode. With respect to Painted Fairy, I'd say go for it. I'd love to get your take on their products. Thanks for all your effort. It really is appreciated, Lisa. Thank you, Lisa. Yeah, there's been, I've seen a few people with the painting, with the big stands and things now. And I do keep getting emails from them, but yeah, I'm off next week, so I may just get an opportunity to look and to send a few messages and see where we go with it. But as I said before, in openness, anything that, you know, from Painted Fairy, if you order through, I think they give me a referral link or something. There will be a benefit to me, so I will obviously be very open about that. But yeah, I've just had another email this morning, which I'm going to take a look at later. Okay, where are we at now? Oh, so nice little patch done. Daphne Chamberlain says great progress this week. Thank you, Daphne. And then Patty says, hi Nicola, it's always nice to see you on your videos. Hopefully this means your teeth are doing well again. They are. And thanks for sharing your time with us once again. You're very welcome, Patty. Thank you very much. Yeah, the revisions were done. And yeah, I'm getting used to them. And I'm feeling a lot happier, I have to say. Okay, there is another pack in there, but it's a lighter than light one, but that's been the last of the Lure pack. Probably got to pop into Asda before end of week anyway, so I'll get some. Need vegetables for Sunday, I think. Okay. Maria Voletto says, I love seeing your progress. Envy is so gorgeous. Thank you, Maria. Yeah. As I said before, Envy is looking fab. I'm super happy with how she's coming along. But they're just beautiful pieces, those sins. Bit of thread chicken. Threadhead said, great name, love that. Says, hi, I just found your channel. Thanks for sharing your wonderful projects, and I like that you discuss YouTube etiquette, or lack for a better term. Happy stitching. Thank you very much. Yes, YouTube etiquette is, for me, is quite important. I've always said manners cost nothing, being kind costs nothing, and you know, treat people as you would like to be treated. So yeah, I'll always call out where I see things that are not right. I mentioned last week in a video that we lost recently here Ozzy Osbourne, a music icon, and some of the online comments were absolutely disgusting. It happened when other people in the public eye have died, and the thing is, they may have lived their life in the public eye and may not have lived their life in accordance with how, you know, others would have done, but there's still a grieving family reading those comments, and it costs nothing to be kind. And it's the same in the Flosstube world. It costs nothing to be kind. I've seen and heard of Flosstubers that have had comments directed at them which didn't need to be. And I will always, you know, call out, like I said, call out the poor behaviours, because at the end of the day, it's supposed to be a community. I'm not perfect, I'm far from it, but I would never disparage anybody or say, oh, you can't do this, you can't do that. It's just not nice. Sounds like Lauren's around as well. It's early this morning. We'll see if she goes back in her room or comes down. Carrie Van Kessel. Hey Carrie, love your stitching. I've been a subscriber for about a month. I never managed to catch you live as I'm 5 hours behind in Canada. As a mostly monogamous stitcher, I'm jealous of your rotation, but I know I would never finish anything if I did all the starts I want. I'll live vicariously through you and others. We do have a few people from Canada join our live streams, Carrie. I think now Kelly is in BC, and I think for her my live streams are about 11ish in the morning, something like that, her time. So you know, it would be on a Sunday morning for you, or a Wednesday morning. I don't know how that fits in, but yeah, I get it. But Kelly, I think Kelly's a bit more behind than that, because for me it's 7:30 p.m. UK time, and Kelly's usually sort of 11 or 12 for her, so she's a few more hours behind. But the lives are always available on catch up as well, so you can always you know, catch up and check in on those if you don't manage to catch them at the time. But thank you for coming on and subscribing. It's great to have you on board. And of course, if you're not in the Facebook group, check out the link below and join us. She's gone back in the room. Okay, Diane, I thoroughly enjoy your videos. Thanks so much for making them. Thank you, Diane. I enjoy making them too. Even the family like now. Are you doing a video? Have you got a live? Isn't it? Have you got one? Are you doing one?
We'll have a look, we'll have a look. Oh dear.
You alright, dear? Tired?
Oh, I'm just stretching. It's early in the morning, isn't it?
7:30. Not that bad.
No, but even so.
Don't fancy a little walk, do you?
Where to?
Kitchen.
I was going to say, where am I going at this time in the morning?
That's me dropping a hint saying I'd like another cup of coffee. And it makes a great cup of coffee.
I also make a great tea as well, apparently.
And a great tea. Yeah.
You can make your own.
Kelly on Kelly's Quilts, looking at my Flosstube with Van Gogh Never Met, my Stitch with Me, sorry, with Van Gogh Never Met. She says, I enjoy seeing your projects as you work through your rotation. How far down are you going to go on the left side of this project? I haven't decided yet, Kelly. I may very well just go down to the bottom and do it in columns. I don't know. I haven't decided. It's funny, isn't it, with stitching? They kind of tell you how they want you to stitch them. But I haven't decided as yet. I mean, I'm not great guns into that one, so there's time, but probably I'll end up going to the bottom and then doing another 100 stitch wide column and do it like that. Oh. Oh, I've got itchy toe. Okay, our lovely Sandy on my Stitch With Me with Witchy Cat. Sandy leaves me a comment to say, great stitches me, Nicola, thanks. I had to restart my peacock pattern, oh dear. Tried to figure out where the error was, but I gave up. I think I confused myself in the beginning where I was diagonal stitching. Oh well, yeah. Princess Diana and Charles honeymooned in Romsey, which was near where I lived. They flew out from Southampton Airport and I took my kids up to the main road to watch them drive past. They loved it, waving their flags. She also comments to say, I can't believe you get a dislike. What's to dislike? Yes, indeed. I have passed loads of floss tubes that I didn't like for one reason or another, but I wouldn't dislike them because that's just plain rude. It is indeed, and as I said before, a great big to the person who leaves me a dislike. Anyhow, she says, thanks for keeping me company. Take care. Happy stitching. Thank you, Sandy. Yeah, I do have a phantom disliker. But hey, you know, it's still engagement. So thanks for the engagement. Just, you know, if you're going to dislike, do one. There's plenty of others out there. And I absolutely agree, Sandy. There are floss tubes that I watch. Some I watch more regularly than others. I try and give everybody a go. But some of them I just don't like for one reason or another. It could be that the intonation, the way that the person's speaking. It could be what they're stitching is not for me. It could be length of the floss tube, believe it or not. I mean, to be honest with you, I'm not down for watching a floss, thank you my love, a floss tube video that's like 3 hours long. I'm not down for that. I'd have to be some kind of dedicated to be watching a floss tube of, you know, 3 hours. And sometimes, you know, like when you're watching something, they don't get to the point, that really does, you know, unsettle me. And if you know, if not getting to the point, unless it's somebody I really, really want to watch, I just click off. Oh, Hannah's trumping. Here we go. Not been around for a couple of weeks, but we're back. Oh dear.
That's how you know Hannah's awake, isn't it?
Yep. Oh, she toots. We had a cat called Toots. Did I ever tell you that?
No.
Kay Stitchy Pfeiffer on my Flosstube with the unicorn. So that's a wee while ago. I think Kay's still catching up on Flosstubes. Kay says, hi Nicola, Andy and the girls. Unicorn is looking lovely. I've really enjoyed stitching away on my Celtic dragon, listening to your chatty stitch with me. See you on the next live stream. It's Thursday evening as I type this, so it will be Sunday. I'm still 2 weeks behind, so this is a feeling of deja vu is becoming rather common. Yeah, and Kay has been doing a few more Flosstubes, so if you're not watching her, go and check out her channel. Stitchy Pfeiffer. This section's filling in quite well. You alright, Hannah?
Yeah.
Is it hurting to eat?
No.
Oh, that's okay then.
Just good for this one.
Alright, okay. Okay, Gabriella Zimmerman. Hey Gabriella, back on my Van Gogh Never Met. Says, hey dear Nicola, thanks for joining me at my stitching session. I'm currently working on a monochrome piece, the Statue of Liberty from Stitching Jules Designs. And I just hit the 50% mark. Yeah. We've got a tinkle tinkle there, Andy. Have we got it handy?
No, the bell's not out. Hang on a minute, hang on. Let me go right.
It's for Gabriella. There you go, Gabriella. 50%, nicely done. See, the bell comes out even when we're not on a live. It's good to reach that magic milestone, isn't it? Happy stitching, she says, and see you again soon. Okay, and back to Flosstube 29, and Sandy comments again. I'll see you later, Hannah. Says, lovely update, Nicola. Ice Dragon looks amazing, and 20% on Christmas Cat. Wow, yep, indeed. I hope things are calming down a bit for you soon. Thanks for sharing. Take care. Happy stitching. Thank you, Sandy. I will get there. I will get there. Slowly, slowly. Kashi has been catching up on some Flosstube, not been stitching for a while, and Kashi's had lots of things go on, but she's back and looking at Flosstube number 20, so back from earlier this year. And she says, so glad to be able to sit down and backtrack to where I left off. It's the 25th of July. Time flies, so much to do and so little time indeed. Enjoying an afternoon of stitching since forever and glad to have your company. A beautiful haul from your retreat. Spoiled. Yes, indeed. Thank you, Kashi, and it's great to see you back. I hope things are settling for you and that you're doing well. Okay, Nina from Nina Hobby Site on Flosstube number 28, where I was showing you my stitching from my lap. Says great progress, hope to see you soon on video so they will recover and heal fast. Yeah, I'm all good, Nina, thank you very much. And back out in front. Okay, and then 4 days ago on my Lord of the Rings Stitch With Me, Van Gogh Never Passed, stitched along with you on Peacock, says Sandy, and managed 238 tent stitches. This is one for you, Andy. Music choice is brilliant, Andy. Thanks, Nicola. Take care. Happy stitching. Yeah, Andy does on my instruction vary the music as well, and it's not doesn't all have to be, you know, slow and mellow music. Sometimes it can be upbeat and fun as well. So yeah. Okay. 1, 4, 5, 6. Okay, Darth Vader Stitcher. Ooh, another great name. I have to say, she said, I think it's a she, apologies if not. I have to say, I love the case behind it that is green and has flowers on it. So this is from my Flosstube. I love your projects. Thank you very much. So the case that is green sits behind me with the flowers on actually has my late mum's sewing machine in it. So yeah, that is an old, I think it's a Singer sewing machine in there. And the case, the top there goes over the machine, and sort of there's two slides that hold the cover on. But yeah, it does create a little backdrop, doesn't it? That is one of 3 sewing machines that I own. But yeah, as I said, that one was my late mum's. I don't think it's the one from when I was a little girl that she had, but it's very similar. I'll thread my needle. Ugh. And Kashi is still busy catching up on videos and leaves me some emojis on Flosstube 21 and Flosstube 22 as well. Thank you, Kashi. Always much appreciated. Okay, and Chris Evans, not that one, says, or that one, because there's 2 Chris Evans, isn't there? One an actor and one a DJ. But this is Chris with a K. And Chris says, I should have asked this question when you had Envy out a couple of videos ago. So this is on my last chatty stitch with me with Magpie. I know you've done Abris as well, but the question is, do you have all 7 and are you planning on doing them all? So quite simple for that one, Chris. It's a yes and a yes. I do have all 7. I will be doing them in alphabetical order. And Abris is done, Envy is next. The next one will be Gluttony, when Envy is complete. Mona, again on Magpie Chatty Stitch with me, says awesome stitching. Thank you, Mona. I really did enjoy my time on Magpie. I think I might be turning the corner with it like I did with She Sleeps. She Sleeps was very difficult for me to do at the beginning. But then the more I did it, the more I got into it. And obviously, of course, now it's finished. And, you know, Magpie was not the easiest in the beginning. But the section I was working on, getting to the right-hand side, you know, just sort of seemed to click into place, really, with it. It's funny, isn't it? And Kay, who is Sussex Stitcher, said, I was amazed the other day. Oh, well out. wrong way that one, wasn't it? Kay says, I was amazed the other day to pick up a magpie's feather and I noticed that there was no black in it. It was all iridescent purples, blues and green with white. This whip is looking fabulous. So my magpie clearly reflects real life. Blues, greens, purples. So yeah, oh, here comes the cat. Okay, just mark these off. I don't want to lose my place on these background stitches. Cheryl also comments on my magpie saying I am Disney cross stitch getting close to be finished. I think I've got my plans ready for next year. Cool. And Cheryl has also had another finish recently, so yeah, that Disney cross stitch piece that she's doing has got so many characters on it, it's fabulous. You should, you know, if you're not on our live streams where we do show and tell, or in the group where the thread is, you know, but yeah, it's definitely worth looking on the live streams for these beautiful work in progresses and finishes that people are doing. Not everybody floss tubes, so you know, it's nice to be able to share for people. Okay. And then Kelly, Kelly's Quilts Plus also comments saying, hi Nicola, magpie is so lovely. It's appalling what you said about other people's comments regarding Aussie. I can't stand anyone who is holier than thou. Those people need to shut the NS, not safe for work, begins with an F, up. Yeah, they do. And like I said, you know, to remember that there's a grieving family. Today, as I film this, it's the day of Ozzy Osbourne's funeral in Birmingham, and he will be having a public procession through the streets of Birmingham, followed by a private family funeral. And I would very much hope that people remain respectful. And certainly, you know, respectful towards his family. You may not, like I said, you may not approve of how somebody lives their life, but at the end of the day, he's still a husband, a father, and a grandfather, and there are grieving people left behind, people who did love him and knew him as a person rather than as a public figure. And I think that's the thing, isn't it? We forget that public figures are people behind that public figure. You know, and what they do behind closed doors may be totally different to the public persona that they show us. We only see what people want us to see. I'm different when I'm not filming Flosstube. I have quite a potty mouth.
Well, I'm dressed and I'm ready.
Okay.
And I've got a few minutes to spare, so I thought, why not piss the cat off?
Alright, okay, that's fine. It's monthly flea treatment time. Yeah, so I'm different when I'm not on YouTube. And I have my moments when I get very grumpy and very emotional and all the other hundreds and millions of things. And, you know, you don't see that in my more public persona. So,
No, you're pretty chilled.
oh, thank you, Hannah. I'll take that as a compliment.
I do deal with it.
Well, yeah, Andy does deal with me being grumpy.
You're the one that can deal with it.
I'm not so sure about that. You can
Says
deal
you.
with it too.
You're,
I'm going to do this in the room, but I get bloody shouted at.
you're grumpy and all.
Yeah, but you know when I'm grumpy.
Yeah, and a day of the week that ends in a Y. Go and annoy the cat.
I'm gonna go pick her up.
Good luck.
Later,
At least you're not putting her in the bath like the other day.
Joe Sorensen on My Van Gogh Never Met, moving swiftly on. Joe Sorensen says, looking good. Thank you, Joe. It is looking good. I am enjoying working on it. Confetti heavy, but worth it. Oh, I hear a running cat. Hey, kitty cat. Did you manage to annoy her? Okay.
It's that windowsill, so I've just got to.
Did you get it?
on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not happy.
Thank you, Hannah. 2 days to do the other one, please. Tracy Del Camp on Flosstube 29 says great projects. Thank you, Tracy. And on Magpie, on Van Gogh Never Met, Carla leaves me some emojis on both of those videos. And then on Flosstube 29, Carla says, lovely update. Thank you, Carla. Yeah, it's always nice to have comments, even if they're just an emoji. So, yeah.
I might start commenting them.
No, comment. You're the moderator, so if you say anything rude, I'll delete them.
Oh, God damn it. My plans are ruined. Can't have note. Terrible, isn't it?
Awful.
Absolutely awful.
You can't sabotage me, Hannah.
But I can try.
Or
You
Andy.
won't get anywhere.
But I can try.
But you won't get anywhere.
But I can try.
Go away.
Get to work. Go on.
Unfortunately, I will be. Only till 3.
He's not a good dog, it's with me.
And then on the next few videos, so Witchy Cats, Summer Sun, and Flosstube 25, Carla leaves me some more emojis, so thank you very much. You're my top commenter this week, Carla. Lots of comments, I think. Oh, you know, even like I said, even just emojis. You are my top one. Okay. Don't work too hard.
I won't. I'm going to sit up floor. Quite literally.
Okay.
Getting more than need doing.
Okay. And that's the wildlife sorted out. She's off to work. Oh.
Andy, where are my shoes?
She's
In the
back.
conservatory.
Where?
In the conservatory.
But where? I can't find them.
Well, have you moved some
I need
stuff?
them.
Can you help her, please? Grumpy child.
Yes, I agree.
Okay, so Celia says, thank you for the company while I stitch. This is on Magpie. Today would have been my mother's 88th birthday. She passed away 40 years ago when I was in my late teens. Wow, that's she was quite young then, Celia, in the grand scheme of things. She taught me how to cross stitch and bought my first kit for me. I'm grateful for that every time I pick up a needle. I'm always amazed that there's no 310 in this piece. Yep. Me too. Me too. Sorry, wildlife is off on one. Hannah, enough. Enough. Hannah. Gosh, she's so combative. It's the only way I can describe a combative.
Who, Hannah?
Yeah, she does hope to pick a fight, doesn't she?
I do apologise, people listening.
Like trying to have an argument with a pigeon. Is that Hannah? Because no matter what you say, it's going to strut around like it's won anyway. Can you not jiggle, please? You're wobbling a camera. Thank you. Okay, Sharon, Magpie is looking great. Interesting to hear which are your favourite stitches. You've got me thinking about my pieces and rotation for next year. I've enjoyed doing 5 days on each piece and seeing great progress, but now itching for a finish. Haven't had a finish in nearly a year now. Yep. And that's why I'm switching up next year and having the 3 categories and then reordering my rotation. And then dependent on the size of the piece, depends on how many stitches I will do under its rotation. I think, to be fair, it's going to help to get in more progress on the bigger pieces, and of course, you know, I will be doing my focus for a finish on the closest to a finish as usual, you know, and all the rest of it. But yeah, I do think that it will help in seeing more progress. Yeah, it would be nice if I could spend the 40 hours a week that I spend working stitching, but c'est la vie. Well, 35 hours, because I do spend my lunch hour of each working day stitching. Okay, let's just park up that one. Why are you not going around my magnet? There we go. That's better. Okay, number 12. Kashi again on, which video was that? Flosstube 23, Rivendell Castle, new start. She says, I'm stitching along with you again. I love how peaceful your videos are. It's like having a stitching buddy all the time. Every time. Yeah. Oh, there goes the cat. Yeah, it is. that's what I want to create, that lots of people live alone, people stitch alone, people listen to YouTube alone, and I want that feeling that you've got company. It's a solitary hobby. I've always said this, and the chances of you knowing somebody as a stitcher in real life are not as high as you might think. So having a virtual companion is, yeah, sometimes I find myself listening to chatty stitches means and actually talking back to them. Even if it's in my head, just find myself talking back. It's weird, isn't it? But yeah, that's the idea, it's company. I know a few people that watch do live alone, so I very much hope that it's company. Mona says, sorry I missed the stream. I lost track of time. This was on Sundays. No worries, Mona. And Karen says, I'm so glad that your stepdad will be fine. Yeah, he is out of hospital. He's back at home. Hannah says he's absolutely fine because he's back again swearing at television. On Monday, we picked up his medicines, his outpatient prescription, and took those to him. And you know, it rang yesterday. I was in the office and I was like, oh God. And I said to Andy, can you just give him a ring and find out if he's okay, because I'm in the office, I can't ring back. So he did, and it turns out he has a problem with his shower. It's he's fine. Something nothing, yeah, absolutely.
Which is now fixed, by the way. The council fixed it.
Yeah, it's just something and nothing with him every time. I get it. He lives on his own. He's lonely. He has been since my mum died. Hannah goes up and spends some time there with him every week, but it's not every weekend. And you know, of course, the other girls go up as well. He's got neighbours and he's got children of his own, but they rarely visit. But you know, so he does rely upon us, you know, quite a lot. But yeah, he's going to be just fine. And I said to him and Hannah on Sunday that they should have a list and a little bag with a few bits in, that if he does get to go into hospital again, he can take it with him, and he's got some creature comforts. Like, for example, when he went in this week, he was in the clothes that he stood up in, plus his phone and charger. No glasses, no wallet, no money, couldn't get a newspaper, no book or pen or anything like that, which was awful for him, really, because he would have just literally been sat there. So they've got that sorted. But yeah, he's okay. And then Jane says, sorry I missed the live stream weekend with friends, but glad your stepdad is okay and you survived the car racing idiots. Yes, indeed. You deserve the cheesecake. The hospital go bag is a good idea, but you should also include a list of the medication your stepdad is taking. Yep, that is already sorted. Thank you, Jane, for reminding me. But that's already sorted as well. I finally managed to loop start and finish. Yay! And she says yes for Cat Delph. So yeah, Cat Delph was sent to me as an RAK, a Malcolm Watson chart. Heaven and Earth design. I shared that on the Sunday stream. And Tori Connolly says, glad you made it through 6 Feet Under, greatest series finale ever. Yes, indeed. 6 Feet Under was a great series. I'm so glad that I found it and I'm able to watch it. It's one of those binge-worthy series that's, you know, always worth binge watching again and again and again. Yeah, there aren't many series that you get like that. And then on Flosstube 23, Kashi leaves me some emojis, one of which being a trophy. Thank you, Kashi. So, yeah, awesome stuff. And this is my last comment today. So as you see, I've had a lovely lot of comments. And it's from Dark Owl's Crafty Corner. She says, the dragon piece is absolutely amazing. And I have the Sins pieces and can't wait to start them. Happy stitching. Thank you very much indeed. Yep, the dragon is looking super good. I haven't done anything on it this week, I have to be honest. I really could do with getting some stitches in. I'll probably do some tomorrow on it. But I have to have a new start, an unexpected new start. One of my work colleagues, her daughter is getting married. I'm doing a wedding sampler. Just have to grab the pattern, which I put in my group, you know, for some ideas for a wedding sampler, and what she's gone for is completely different. They're having an ocean theme, so we found a sampler on Etsy that she liked, so I will be getting that underway as well. It may have to take over Spare Stitches for a few weeks. Spare Stitch Saturdays, that is. So that is all of my comments. So thank you very, very much if you have submitted a comment. I really, really appreciate it. I love reading them and I love responding to them in these videos. So keep them coming. You know, like I said before, even if it's just an emoji, it's engagement. And, you know, do make sure that you're hitting the like button as well for the videos. Thank you guys so much. I can't tell you how great it is, and I appreciate it. I feel when I have all of these lovely when I have all of these lovely comments coming at me. So we don't have much stitchy time left now because those comments have gone on for a lot longer today. But I'm over 300 so far, so that's quite good. With the confetti, I certainly didn't expect to be reaching that sort of amount. But yeah, over 300 is cracking. super happy with that. And quite a lot of that confetti is done now. There are 1, 2, 3, a few stitches here, a few odd ones to do, but not many. Oh. Okay, so as I get towards wrapping this video up, just gonna let you guys know again, just a repeat of the beginning, if you're not subscribed, please just hit that button for me. It's free, and on the notification drop down, select all, and you'll get to know whenever I do an upload or go live. So I have a schedule of Flosstubes on a Tuesday, Stitch for Me Thursdays and Saturdays, and live stream on a Sunday and Wednesday at 7:30 p.m. UK time. Keep an eye on my community tab for any changes, but as I said, upcoming Wednesday, the 6th of August, there will be no live stream, since Hannah and I are away. I do have an unboxing to do this week as well when I receive the parcel, so I will share that with you guys too. What else? The description box below, there's lots of links. So my Facebook group, a couple of questions to join. So please do answer. If it's not evident that you're a stitcher, you won't be admitted to the group. What else? All of my project information as well is down below in the description box. There's links to my other social, my Buy Me a Coffee as well, if you feel so inclined, is also there. I think that's everything, isn't it? Yeah, if you're watching this on Saturday or Sunday, hopefully I'll see you later for the live stream. So yeah, 322 stitches so far, so that's good. I am happy enough with that. I've got a growly tummy. I think I'm ready for another drink. I'm ready to drink this drink. Oh my days, excuse me. Yeah, this will make 325. Which will leave me in a nice round figure. So there we are, 325 stitches done today. So thank you guys very much indeed for watching. Let me just zoom out. There we go. So yeah, thank you very much indeed for watching, everybody. Do take care. Happy stitching. I'll see you on the next one. Bye bye for now.